All right, good afternoon. We're glad to have all of you here. So this afternoon we're going to do a retirement information session, and we're going to give you lots of different information that hopefully will be helpful to you as you're thinking about retirement, as you're planning for retirement, and all of the information that you're going to need to know to make your decisions. So on our agenda today, we're going to do a quick pension overview. We're going to do a retiree benefits overview and talk to you about benefits and medical insurance. And then we're going to do a final presentation on the 401A, 457 plans, and nationwide. We'll talk a little bit about that time, about how final wages, sick leave, vacation, comp time are cashed out and contributed to the 401A plan and potentially to the 457 plans. And then the requirements for submitting your forms to defer money out of your final pays into your deferred comp plans. After each segment, we have a brief question and answer period, so we've allotted 2 hours. So when I say we have a brief question and answer period, if we're going on too long, I'm going to cut you off. We will have staff that'll stay till the end. We'll answer every question that you have, so don't feel like if you don't get it answered during that question and answer period that you won't have an opportunity at the end to get those questions answered for you as well. So from COPERS today, we have Lolita Cordova. She's the retirement supervisor. She'll be doing the presentation on the COPERS piece of things today. I'll be doing the presentation on retiree benefits. I do have to be at the city manager's office at about 3:20, so if we're not finished with my portion, then Leslie Dewar is going to come in and she's going to tag team with me and take over the rest of the presentation for me. And then on the 401A and the 457 plans, we have Michelle Murphy, who is the Nationwide Retirement Systems Program Director. She'll walk you through everything you need to know about the 401A and the 457 plans. So just kind of a quick introduction for you. There are about 1,106 general city employees and public safety employees that are eligible to retire between now and March 1st of 2015. So again, this is just information that you're going to need to know as you're thinking about retirement and making those plans to get ready to retire. The presentation and additional information is all online, so if you're on the employee.phoenix.gov/HR/retirees, that's where you'll find a lot of this information out there. So don't feel like if you haven't caught everything today, it'll be posted out there for you to review as well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Lolita.
Good afternoon, everyone. We're going to go through the slides for retirement, and please, if you have questions, ask me. You don't have to wait till the end of it to ask a question. These are our websites, or ways that you can go on to COPERS website and get more information, or you can call our office and we'll be happy to answer questions for you as well. We have a new estimator out in eCRIS that Tier 1 employees can go out there and play with it to see what their pension would be. You can go out, it's not a toy, but it's an estimator. Okay, for Tier 1 employees, part of your pension is determined by your benefit ratio, and your benefit ratio is the years of credited service that you've worked with the city, plus any time that you may have purchased or transferred from another government entity, any intervening military service, as well as your sick leave. All of that service gets added up and determines what your percentage of your final average salary that you'll receive. Okay, how it is determined is for your first 32 and a half years of service, you get 2% for every year of service. Sick leave is automatically at 2%, so if you get any sick leave converted to service, that's an additional 2%. For any years from 32 and a half to 35 and a half, it's an additional 1%. And anything over 35 and a half years, you get an additional 0.5%. So it is not If you work 32 years, then all of your service is at 1%. It is an aggregate. We determine your final average salary by taking your highest 36 consecutive months of salary, adding it up, dividing it by 3, and it has to be within the last 10 years of service. So let's say you got a promotion, a temporary assignment 10 years ago, and you got a raise doing this. When you finished that assignment, you went back to your other job, so your salary went back down. Well, as long as it was in the last 10 years of when you decide to retire, you would be able to use that salary from that far back. Anything over 10 years back, we can't not use to determine what your final average salary would be. If your last 3 years or your high 3 years, then any payouts for sick leave, vacation, and comp time will be added into your final average salary, which determines what your pension would be. If your high 3 are years other than your last 3, you still get paid for those things. They're just not part of your final average salary. And as far as the sick leave goes, it's based on your snapshot that was done in July of 2012 and vacation snapshot that was done June 30th of this year. That's for everyone except for executives and middle managers. Theirs changed December of last year. Okay, required documents. These are documents that we have to have, and we won't start your pension without them. You have to bring us valid picture ID. You have to bring your birth certificate, social security card. If you are married, we need a marriage certificate, not a license, because the license gave permission. The certificate says you actually did it. So we need the certificate. Evidence of name changes generally relates to females. If you have a name different than your birth name, you have to give us a paper trail leading up to your current name. And a domestic relations order, or what people refer to as quadros, this is if you've been divorced and your ex is entitled to a portion of your pension, then our office needs to review it. I need to review it prior to you retiring so I can let you know if you meet COBRA's guidelines. Any questions so far? You must have a certificate because the license just said you got permission. It doesn't tell us that you actually did it. Yes.
So for the female, does the marriage certificate satisfy the name change?
Yes. If she was Diane Smith at birth, got married, and now she's Diane Jones, and the marriage certificate says Diane Jones, that's sufficient. But if it says Diane Williamson, and now she's Jones, then we need another document to show how she went from Williamson to Jones. Yes.
I was told I didn't need to get a marriage certificate, just a death certificate.
If you are widowed, that is correct. You don't have to present the marriage certificate. Did you hear his question? Okay. His spouse, ex-spouse passed away, and before she passed away, she had started preparing a domestic relations order. He called our office to ask whether or not he would be affected since she's passed away, and the answer is no. A domestic relations order is only good for the life of the member or the was she a city employee? Okay, so if it didn't get finalized, we won't pay anything. 2, even if it had been finalized and it named her as an alternate payee, when she passed away, it became null and void. Any other questions so far? That's incorrect. He said he understood that you can use your sick leave as a payout or as service. You can't do both, and that's not correct. If you have at least 750 hours of sick leave, then you are entitled to get paid for a portion of it. If you have under 750 hours of sick leave, all of it's converted to service. So if you have 1,000 hours, you'll get paid for a portion of your sick leave, and the rest will be converted to service. That benefit ratio that I
was asking what she meant by service.
that's the number or the percentage of your final average salary that determines what your pension is. So for every month of sick leave service that gets converted, you get 2%. As long as you have 750 hours, you'll get paid for a portion. You'll get paid for a portion, and that was 750 hours by snapshot time. You don't get paid for it all.
So the question that I have is, if you have 1,000 hours and you get credited for 750, just hypothetically, the difference, you're saying that you don't get paid for the difference, the 250?
That's correct. It would be converted to service. So 250 hours is about 2 months of extra service. So it's time you didn't actually work, but we're giving you credit toward that to increase your pension. Any other questions? Was that a question? No, you're waving, okay.
If you're divorced and in your divorce decree there's no mention of any pension, how does that play out if it's been, if there's no mention of it with your ex-wife? Does that mean?
If you are divorced and we have a DRO that doesn't mention anything about a pension, then your ex doesn't get anything.
I understood you to say that you had to show a trail of a name change. For example, if a woman got married and she added her husband's name as a hyphenated name, would I still need to show a record for that name change?
Just your marriage certificate would be sufficient.
Okay.
Final question, if I may. If you ran into a clerical problem that was going to take some time, can you still theoretically retire until the paperwork is corrected?
The only clerical problem that we will allow retirements to continue is your Social Security card. If any of the other documents are not available, unfortunately, we cannot start paying you because your pension is also determined on your age. And if we can't verify your age with your birth certificate, that's a holdup. So if you don't have your Social Security card, you have to go and apply for a new one. We'll still let you go as long as you bring us your Social Security card when you do get it. But the other birth certificates and marriage certificates, those are required.
So if you had a hang up with that and it took 3 months, could you still theoretically retire November 7th and you still fall under the old rules instead of 3 months later?
Theoretically, yes. And 3 months later, when you brought the documents to us, we would back pay you to your retirement date.
Okay.
Okay, there are 6 options that you get to choose from in regards to the type of benefit you want. A standard is the mandatory option if you are married. Otherwise, if you choose another option and you're married, your spouse must sign a waiver consent form. And this form says that they're legally married to you and they understand that they're giving up a higher payment should you pass away. Another option is straight life. That is your years of service times your benefit ratio that you got for all your years of service divided by 36. That's straight life. That's the highest amount that anybody can get. Option A, pop-up, is similar to option A. It pays a little under option A, but what it says is that if you pass away, your spouse would continue to receive the same amount that you were getting at the time of your death. However, if your spouse passed away before you would pop up from that amount to your straight life amount. And with option B standard, it pays a little bit more than option A. The reason for that is you get a certain dollar amount for the remainder of your life. Should you pass away and you have listed a survivor, your survivor would receive 50% of what you were receiving at the time of your death. And with B pop-up, it works just like A pop-up. You get a certain dollar amount for the remainder of your life. If you pass away, your survivor would receive 50%. However, if your survivor passed away before you did, you would pop up from that amount to your straight life amount. And the last one is our option C, or 10-year and certain. That's a guaranteed lifetime benefit for you as the retiree. What it does is if you pass away before we've made 120 payments to you, so that's 10 years, then whomever you list as a beneficiary would pick up from the payment you stopped at up to payment 120. So if you chose that option and we paid you 110 payments before you passed away, whoever you listed as beneficiary would get 10 more payments, and then the payments would stop because it'd be at the 120. If you've gotten 200 payments and you pass away, there's no further payment to your beneficiaries because you exceeded the 120 payment mark. If any of these options that you choose are irrevocable after you receive your first check, your survivor can never change. If you are married and you get a divorce and now you don't want him or her to receive half of your payment anymore, we're sorry. That's who you listed when you retired. They're going to get your pension should you pass away. So it's irrevocable. The only one you can change whenever you feel like it is option C, because a beneficiary is different than a survivor. So you can change your beneficiary as often as you like, but your survivor is irrevocable. Any questions on the options? I also want to make sure you guys understand that if you retire any day in October, your first pension check is December 1st. If you retire any day in November, your first pension check is January 2nd. And it's because the 1st is a holiday and we can't pay you early, so you'll always get the January check a day late. But you have to make sure that you realize if you leave the middle of November, you're going to have about 6 or 7 weeks before you start getting payment from us. And I wanted to stress that because we have several employees who come back and say, well, I didn't get paid for those last 2 weeks of the month that I left in. Well, you didn't work, so you didn't get paid. Okay, there are 2 possible times where retirees can receive increases to their pension. One is a what we call a PEP. Up until this year, we had not been able to pay it to retirees for the past 5 years. This year, we were able to give all of our retirees 1.3%, and that's a permanent increase. So that's how their pensions grow through the years. In December of every year, if we have enough funds, there's a 13th check payment. It's really your December payment, so it's not, it goes in your December check, so it's not a separate check. It's just a small little bonus, and then you don't see it anymore starting in January. So the one in April continues to let your pension grow for every year that you get it, and the one in December is just a bonus. They're both based on investment performance. Any questions? That concludes my portion. Does anyone have questions?
Options for standard aid, that's only if it's a valid marriage, not if it's a domestic partnership, right? If you're in a domestic partnership, they don't have to sign off, do they?
It's a case-by-case basis. You would need to bring your documentation in, because you can list a fiance as a survivor, so we have to look at your domestic partnership.
But they don't have to sign off, is what I'm saying.
They don't have to sign off if
Okay.
you choose them. That is correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Are they at the first of every month?
She asked if the checks are issued on the first of every month, and yes, they are. They leave our office, or it gets sent to the banks probably 2 or 3 days before the first of every month. So they will always be there by the first, except for your January check. She asked if there's an option for electronic deposit, and yes, it is. You can continue to have your checks, your pension checks deposited in the same accounts you're having your payroll checks deposited in. Yes, Molly.
Do you have to fill out special direct deposits to get your pension check direct deposited? Or if your check is direct deposited, it would just
If
carry
you're
over?
currently getting your payroll checks direct deposited and you're going to keep it going to the same account, you do not need to fill out new paperwork. You only have to fill out new paperwork if you're changing banks or account numbers.
On those deposits, if you have two accounts, two separate banks, and it's split, will that automatically happen, or I guess we have to talk to somebody, right?
You'll have to fill out a new form, and I'm not 100% sure if payroll splits the retirement checks, so we'd have to check. I know they do payroll, but I'd have to verify that for you.
I got one over here, Lolita. The pension options, of the 6 pension options, is there, can this information be found online somewhere? Because I know I'm not going to remember after I leave here today, all of those different options.
I believe they are online now. If you go to the website that's at the front, you'll be able to see the options and explanations under each one. And they are also in the pension estimator.
Some employee groups are eligible for vacation buyback with the deadline of November 10th for submission, and I understand that the pay will appear in the November 26th paycheck. If you retire between the 10th and the 26th, what happens?
What happens is you will still get it. We don't start your calculations until December, so you will have already received your payment for that vacation sellback, November 26th, so when we calculate your pensions in December, it'll be included. As long as you work, I believe the 10th is the date you have to work to in order to get paid out. I don't know what they may have told you.
Yeah, I can clarify that. I'm Cindy Basri. I'm the Assistant HR Director, currently serving as the Interim Retirement Administrator. On the vacation sellback, it is pensionable income when paid, so it will be rolled into your income when it's paid. In order to receive that vacation sellback, you have to work 1 day within that pay period. That would be Monday, November 10th. Okay?
Furloughs. Most employee groups are required to take furloughs in the current fiscal year. What's going to be the requirement if you retire between now and
It's my
November, or fill in the
understanding
blank?
your department would have to let you know what that prorated amount of time you have to take before you retire is.
Yes, it will depend on your unit. Each unit has a prorated amount in the HR letter. It's already been calculated and figured out, and that will either be taken through, you will take your time before you retire, you can write a check to the Change for Phoenix Fund, or if that's not feasible because somebody's not here, we can just take it out of your final time check in an equivalent amount.
Can someone retire in the absence of his or her spouse if she's not available?
My answer would be no. If you are married, your spouse would have to be available. You would either have to go to her and get her signature if you're not choosing A standard. Now, if you're choosing A standard, you don't need your spouse. If you're choosing anything else, you'll have to get signatures from your spouse.
And your spouse's signature will have to be notarized.
You're welcome. Did you have a question? No? Any other?
Kind of a repeat of what you said. During the retirement process, is there any meetings that you have that the spouse has to be there? Because my wife doesn't like to go to meetings.
Retirement does not require your spouse to attend any of your meetings, not even when you sign, but I believe your payroll people will, because they have to, if you're married, they have to sign off on how you're getting your sick leave and vacation paid out to you. So I don't know if they'll let you take the form home and have your spouse sign it, or if they want the spouse to come in. But retirement does not require your spouse to attend any of the meetings.
How much time or is necessary for you to process someone from start to finish? Or how much notification?
We'd like as much notification as you could possibly give us. As you can imagine, we are consistently signing people up for retirements. But if you just wake up and tomorrow morning you say, you know what, this is it, I'm done. If you come in our office, we're going to retire you. And we won't turn anyone away. Her question is, can I explain how that would affect your final payout if you just come in one day and say, I'm ready to retire? The only difference would be you wouldn't get paid for the entire pay period if you left before the second Friday. And if it's not the end of the month, then you can be taking longer time to get your first pension check. There are no immediate ramifications. If we gave you an estimate for the 30th and on the 20th you decided you want to go, then our estimate is going to be wrong because we gave you 10 more days payment. So it could decrease what you thought you were going to get, but for, you know, depending on how many days, it would be small.
So when we're talking about getting ready to retire, you have to keep in mind that there are a lot of pieces to that puzzle when you get ready to it. So retirement is one piece of it, working with your department payroll clerk to get your final pays calculated, to look at your sick and vacation time, getting that time check from your department over to HR so they can do what they need to do. Then it needs to go to payroll, they need to do what they need to do, and you need time to make all your benefit elections. So there are some things that you need to think about, and when we get into the nationwide presentation at the end, we're going to talk about what that requirement is on filling out those forms and the date requirement. So I think if you hold on, we'll walk you through all of that. But I want to just make it clear, this is a process that you have to go through when you're ready to retire. So you might come in tomorrow and say, this is it. It doesn't mean that everything is going to happen for you that day. So you do need to meet with benefits folks to sign up for that. You need to meet with your payroll folks. So it is a process to go through. You know, and I'll tell you, coming up next week starts open enrollment, our favorite time of year, right? All of you should shake your head now. You know, so meeting with benefits staff gets a little bit more difficult during that time. So we are there to work with you. Just know that it is a process.
Turned on. Question, if you've already notified your supervisor of your intent to retire and when, then from there you will be notified by the people in retirement when your meetings are for each thing?
You should have contacted our office. If you know for sure when you're leaving, you should have contacted our office, or you need to contact our office so we can get you on a schedule to meet with you. And when you meet with us, for most of the sessions we have going, you'll get retirement benefits and nationwide all in one.
To the best of my knowledge, my supervisor put in my intent to retire on December 31st. So now retirement will be setting up scheduled appointments for me.
No, you need to contact us. You need to make an appointment with us.
Myself.
Yes. I don't know who your department notified, but it's your responsibility to meet with us.
How far in advance?
When are you leaving?
December 31st.
Oh, you have some time, so you can call us now. We'll schedule you for sometime in December. Yes, Molly.
But your nationwide paperwork will need to be in November, so stay tuned for Mary's presentation.
The 24th of November, but do you have to work November 24th in order to get longevity if you retire the week before? Are you out of luck with your longevity?
You must work on your last day or on the 24th in order to be entitled for longevity. That's the picture date. That's the qualifying date.
Selling vacation, I've always been told you should sell vacation the last 3 years. If you're below the freeze of what they did for vacation, is it still beneficial to sell 40 hours or not?
Are you retiring this year?
Possibly, yes.
Well, if you're retiring this year, then it's the same. Whether you get a paid out part of it in November and the rest of it in December. If you plan to stay a few more years and you want to bump up your salary for these years, then you can sell your vacation, and then your last 3 years may not be your high 3.
Okay, so the year that it happens, it doesn't matter.
That's correct.
Okay.
If I could, I know that this is probably a political arena, but really no one's talked about the upcoming proposition and what kind of deadline date that you guys believe that all these people should be aware of, because I've heard December 31st, I've heard the end of October, I've heard everything. Are you allowed to speak on what may come?
I can read you what's inside Phoenix, what's in Inside Phoenix, and it basically states that Maricopa County is conducting the election. It will take 2 to 3 weeks for them to finalize the results. If the results are available in sufficient time before November 19th, the results will be adopted by City Council at the November 19th formal meeting. If the final results from the county are not available, then the results may be adopted at a special meeting or at the latest December 3rd. Once the results are adopted by mayor and council, and if the initiative has been approved by the voters, the charter amendment will be sent to the governor's office for her signature. While there is no specific time frame with which she must sign the charter amendment, the governor is expected to sign it within a few days to a few weeks. The effective date will be the date the governor signs the initiative and no earlier. So
this is kind of a good segue in. Cindy Besry, who introduced herself just a little bit ago, is our interim retirement program administrator. So Cindy will take probably about 10 or 12 minutes or so to answer questions about Prop 87, and then we've got to keep our presentation moving or we'll be here till 7 tonight. So Cindy, if you wouldn't mind taking it away.
All right. Hit me with your best shots, guys. I've been doing these around. I've seen a lot of faces in different employee meetings I've done. 487, what's on your mind?
So basically what you're saying, based off of what you just read, is the earliest it could be signed would be the 20th.
You are correct. The 19th is currently set on the mayor and council agenda for adoption. The next morning will be transmitted to the governor's office if we have the canvass vote. So the question is, if I wait for my longevity payment, I'm playing Russian roulette. Yes, you're taking a risk. Other questions on 487? City Council is obligated, because it's a charter amendment, to take prudent action quickly. That's why we've tentatively set it for the 19th of November. If we receive the vote anytime before then, we must hold with that date. If we don't have it by then, a special election will have to be called, and I see our city clerk is here. Within how quickly, Mr. Meyer? So it's another form of Russian roulette.
Is that a legal requirement? Is that by charter, or is that just a political thing?
It's state law. Yeah, it's charter and state law.
It's the same in state law as well.
The question is, if we know the mayor and council have adopted it on the 19th, we know the governor will sign it the next day. Not so much. That's the earliest the governor could sign it. Mr. Meyer.
I just want to say there's a possibility, there would be nothing that would prohibit the governor from watching the council meeting, see the council approve it, signing it that day. That's not likely, but it is not, it would not be illegal for her to do that. So if you wait till the 19th, you're still got some risk involved.
You're doing that roulette thing over here. Keep asking. I want you to understand. Only if the vote is canvassed early, but we have tentatively set the agenda for the 19th and have no plan to have an earlier agenda item.
They can't canvass it until the county completes counting the vote. And if you think about the general elections in the past, it usually takes them about 2 weeks or more to do that. The county's goal, their hope, is to complete the counting by the Friday before. So we're talking from Friday to Wednesday. Is it possible to have a special meeting in there? Yes, it would, but not probably likely with it already on the agenda for the 19th.
Since longevity is, you're eligible the 24th, if they signed it on the 24th, what would happen?
It depends. We fully expect several of these items to be litigated between the time if the initiative passes and when it becomes effective. And so many of these items will be before the court, and we will have to take direction from the court. It is my understanding from staff in the law department, the day the government signs is the effective date. And so if you worked and received your longevity payment on that day, and for some reason the court deemed that the definition of base wages would not include longevity, the court would direct us to recalculate that pension, because today we do include longevity in that calculation. Yes, if the initiative fails, our COPERS calculations, our COPERS formulas, what we consider stays as it is today. And then the expectation is mayor and council will look at additional reforms for new hires somewhere in the future.
Can you also clarify, if it does not pass and someone decides, I'd like to withdraw my retirement, you allow it?
Rescinding retirement is an excellent question. We allow any employee to rescind their intent to retire before their final day of work. So if you've put in, my last day of work is gonna be November 18th, it doesn't pass, as long as you come into the retirement office and rescind your paperwork and have a job to go back to, so the department has not filled your position, you're good to go. And we have talked to the department directors as late as this morning again at 8:30 to say, hey, realize people are making very challenging decisions in their lives, so let's not be crazy and jump at this stuff. So we're aware those are the kind of decisions people are grappling with.
Is there a benefit retiring in the middle of the month versus the end of the month?
What you have to remember is your final month of work is part of your potentially 3-year calculation. And so it's all going to depend on, is that final month a high month, a low month? Is it consecutive? And so this is where I'll put the plug in for the estimator. You can go online and use the estimator either through the city system or at home through eCRIS self-service and do those calculations for yourself. You can pick a day and see what the impact is based on what's currently in your profile right now.
Cindy, this is just more of a general question about our pension fund. You know, 5 years ago when we had the crash and all of our DCP funds went down in our personal accounts, you know, it was devastating, but they've all come back. And I'm just wondering why our pension fund hasn't come back the way that our personal DCP funds have come back.
I'm proud to say the COPERS fund is recovering very, very well based on the diversification of investments that have taken place. For the year recently ended June 30, COPERS averaged 15.88% investment returns, which are excellent, the highest we've seen since the crash in 2008. So we're starting to see that recovery. Institutional investors, however, like COPERS, recover more slowly because we have more conservative investment and larger investments. What I will say, bragging, is we beat PSPRS. So credit to the board. It is a well-run fund. The other thing you have to think about in the pension system as large as COPERS is it's not just the investment returns, it's what's happening with the workforce. Do we have more retirees? Do we have a lot of older people? And frankly, we do, and that's not a bad thing. So that unfunded liability is part of what everybody's talking about, and we, in the reforms in 2013, took huge steps to correct that. It just takes time. Really good question. Yes. Whenever you have an unfunded liability that begins to drop, everybody begins to panic. But think about how far $2.2 billion will go. That's what's sitting in COPERS today. It is a well-run, well-funded pension plan. Nobody in this room needs to panic about COPERS.
I think that there's a lot of people that are opposed to 487. Also, including myself, agree, though, that there is some sort of pension reform that is necessary. So should this not pass, in the last 2 months, I had no intention of retiring. I'm planning on working another 2 years. But this has obviously made this an issue for me. If it did not pass, what requirements for pension reform in the future are we looking at? Will it still need to be charter, voter issue, governor's signature? What can be done in the future if it doesn't pass for pension reform?
I think what we would be looking at is, if some of you saw the presentations that were made to Mayor and Council in June, we would be looking at a different form of a cash balance or a hybrid plan for newly hired employees. We would keep the same terms and conditions we have today for all of the Tier 1 folks, and it would be an optional thing for the Tier 2 folks. What that does is produce a smaller benefit for those employees, but at a much lower cost for those employees, and still guarantees them a monthly annuity. So you would see those kind of discussions going on with Mayor and Council. Mayor and Council would make a decision whether or not they want to refer it to the ballot. But because the COPERS pension is part of our city charter, it has to be voted on by the public. So any change that we ever make to our pension plan must be voted on by the public. So it's a long process. I'm trying to think, the reforms that took place in 2013 took over 2 years. So you would see those discussions begin. I'll escape while I can. You can always get more information online. We're keeping all the questions and answers going. I've got one more hand back here I'll take. I might have heard some information regarding polls from time away from work. We all know as employees we can't take positions on this while we're working, and I work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week as a spokesman. What I'm being told from others who are involved in the campaign on either side, it is very close. And so what Ed Zerker this morning said at admin managers, if you are a registered voter, please vote. It's a very important initiative in our city. Either way. Thank you, everybody, for your time.
All right, you ready to move into benefits now? Okay, so after you finalize your retirement date with the COPERS office, so you've called them to schedule an appointment with them and meet with them, then you're going to meet with a benefits analyst to make decisions about your benefits that you'll have as a retiree. So there's a lot of information out there on the retiree benefits site, so it's listed in your handout. So if you're online and you click on there, if you're in the benefits web page, you can click on the retiree tab. Again, lots of information out there. You can call us if you have questions. We're happy to answer questions on the phone for you. Just know that starting next week, starting on the 20th through November 14th, is open enrollment. So what that means for us is that a lot of my analyst staff and my aide staff are out doing all of those open enrollment clinics. So if you leave us a voicemail, we will call you back. You don't need to call us 2 and 3 times. We will call you back, I promise. So retirees soon will receive their open enrollment guide, just like the rest of you will, in the mail. So this is the retiree open enrollment guide. It's out there on the benefits web page, so you can thumb through it and look through that for information as well. So when you retire, the coverage that you have today as an active employee continues till the end of the month in which you retire. So if I retire on October 31st, I'm going to have employee medical coverage till the 31st, and on November 1st, that's when my retiree health insurance will kick in. So you have choices for medical coverage at retirement, just like you do as an employee. You can waive, you can enroll in the City of Phoenix retiree coverage, you can enroll in COBRA, you could enroll in a Medicare plan if you're Medicare eligible. If you are public safety, you can enroll in the public safety system, and you can also enroll in the healthcare marketplace. So the healthcare marketplace is those plans that you have access to as an individual on the individual market as a result of healthcare reform. And so we are seeing a lot of people that are taking a look at those plans that are out there in the open market. And I think as you look through retiree healthcare costs, sometimes that's a better option for folks to look and see what's out there. Also, if you have dependents that you're covering, you might decide that it's better to take single coverage as the retiree and look in the marketplace for your dependents. So when you retire, you have a lot of choices that you can select from. You have the Cigna HMO plan. You have the Blue Cross PPO plan, although that is run a little bit differently for retirees than it is for active employees. So it's still copay driven, there's no deductibles, and there's no co-insurance in that plan. And then you also have the Blue Cross Savers Choice plan, which is the high deductible health plan, and that is the high deductible plan with the lowest premium cost. The Blue Cross HMO is not an option for retirees, so if you're currently as an employee in the Blue Cross HMO plan, you need to think about something different as the retiree. So retiring allows you to make new enrollment choices and elect different plans. So if you're in an HMO today and you want to go to the PPO, you have that option as a retiree. You can also waive city coverage and you can enroll at a later time. So if you decide maybe you have a spouse that's still working someplace else and you want to get on their coverage, that's an option for you. And later on, if that spouse retires, then you can come onto the city's coverage as a retiree. The one thing that I want to caution you about, though, is that you cannot have a break in service, so a break in coverage. So if you decide you're going to leave our coverage and you're going to go on a spouse's coverage and later on you want to come back to us, you must have had continuous coverage, meaning there wasn't one day in that period of time that you didn't have health insurance coverage. Because if there was, then you can't come back onto the city's health insurance coverage. So if you want to come back, there's a couple different ways that you can do that. You can always do that during the open enrollment period. Just re-enroll during open enrollment. Or if, let's say you're on a spouse's coverage someplace else, or you retire and you go to work someplace else and then you leave that job, then you have 31 days from losing that other group coverage in which to come back on the city's health care. So if you've lost that other coverage, 31 days to come back to us. And you must provide proof of that continuous coverage. So you'd have to have a letter from the spouse's employer or your next employer to show us that you've had that continuous coverage. And then if you're going to waive coverage as a retiree, you must meet with one of our benefits analysts to do that. So retiree medical premiums, those premiums reflect either single or family coverage, very similar to what you have as an employee. They also have Medicare and non-Medicare status, and then whether you're MERP or PEP eligible. So the premiums are different depending on what you have there. And as you look through that open enrollment guide, it's pretty well spelled out in there when you're looking on the sheet that has all of the premiums on it. So if you're a MERP eligible employee, and I'll tell you, most folks that we're seeing nowadays that are retiring are MERP eligible, although there are some that are PEP eligible. But if you're MERP eligible, the 2015 premiums for single coverage are anywhere from $512 a month to $755 a month. And if you have family coverage, those premiums range from almost $1,000 to just a little bit over $2,100. So health insurance premiums as a retiree are very expensive. Hopefully, you know, as you've been here and been an employee, you've been putting away money into your deferred comp plan. That's one of the things that I always tell people is think of your deferred comp as kind of that bridge plan from the time that you retire until the time that you become Medicare eligible. So we do deduct your health insurance premiums out of your pension check. If by chance your pension check is not large enough to withdraw those medical premiums out of, then you need to pay us directly in the benefits office. We talked a little bit about the retiree guide. So if you're looking at that 2015 retiree guide, all the premiums are listed on page 15 in that guide. And again, that guide is online, so you can take a look at it out on the benefits webpage under the retiree tab. So COBRA is another option that you have as a retiree. So COBRA is a federal regulation that allows you to continue your enrollment in the employee medical or dental coverage for up to 18 months. Once enrolled in COBRA, you can end that COBRA at any time during that 18-month period. If you sign up for it, you don't have to be enrolled in it for that entire 18-month period. If you have family coverage as an employee, you can do COBRA for either single coverage or family coverage. You could decide there. If you have single coverage as an employee, though, you can only COBRA as a single employee. And you can also do COBRA on medical and dental combined, just medical, or just dental. So you have lots of options to combine how you want to do COBRA coverage. When COBRA expires at that 18-month period, assuming that you've stayed in it for that entire 18-month period of time, then once that 18-month expires, then you can enroll directly in the city's health care as long as there's been no breaks in coverage. Mm-hmm. It is. It's the same in coverage that you have as an employee if you enroll in COBRA. Because basically what you're doing is you're continuing that employee coverage for up to 18 months. okay? So if you're in the Cigna plan, you're going to stay in the Cigna plan in that COBRA coverage. The only time you can change something like that is if you're moving out of state and there isn't a network in that area, and then one of the analysts will have to help you work through that. Okay? When you enroll in COBRA, I think that might be the next slide here, so you'll pay 102% of the full premium for employee coverage. So you're paying that full premium, but the nice thing about COBRA is for that 18-month period, the premiums are a little bit cheaper than what they are under retiree coverage. So most retirees take COBRA coverage when they retire. COBRA rates are for single coverage are anywhere from $423 to $544 per month, and for family coverage, $1,342 to just a little bit over $1,700. So you can see there's a little bit of a price break because you're paying those premiums at the employee rate, but 102% of that. We talked a little bit about if you move out of state, you know, that's when we would let you change from an HMO to a PPO plan if you're moving out of state. So when you elect COBRA, we do not take that premium deduction out of your pension check. So that means you need to pay us every single month for that premium for COBRA. You have to send a check in to the benefits office. We don't remind you of that. We don't send you a bill on that. So you have to pay that every single month to us. And then COBRA rates change every plan year. So beginning in January 1st, the COBRA premium rates will change. And you're not eligible, or you are eligible for the basic MERP while on COBRA, but not any of the other forms of MERP. And do we have a question back
Yes.
there?
On the COBRA, I tried to look it up to find out what exactly it was, and it's not the same COBRA that applies to people who are laid off or who are fired. They actually get to pay the same rate they paid when they were just an employee, and the city picks up theirs. But on this one, you're saying we're going to pay the whole enchilada.
Yeah, so normally when we have a layoff, part of that layoff package, that severance package that you get if you're somebody that's actually laid off, the city will pay a portion of that COBRA premium and you pay a portion of it. So it is a little bit different. So when you are a retiree, you pay 102% of the full premium for employee coverage. You do not get that if you get terminated. The only time you get that is when there's a severance and a layoff. So hit your boss and we'll talk later.
Is it possible to pay the COBRA online, the premium online? Do we have to write a check?
Oh, I wish we had a way for people to pay their premium online. No. You know, we've tried that for a couple years and tried to work through that, and it's not an option. I wish it was. So it's an actual check or a money order that you have to pay us every single month. Yep. We like it on the first. We give you a little bit of leeway there because knowing that people might be gone on vacation or things happen. So we do give you some leeway on that, but it is payable normally on the first of the month. Yep. Yeah, so she's asking if people are using that COBRA coverage as kind of that gap coverage until you get Medicare eligible. No, the reason that you select COBRA coverage is because it's cheaper than the retiree premium. So there's a pretty big differential there in what you're going to save on that. So it's just a federal legislation, a federal law that we have to offer COBRA coverage out there. So that's why most people do it. And then you come onto retiree coverage once you've exhausted that 18 months. Yep. Mm-hmm. Another question over here? Yeah, we'll talk a little bit more. I think I have some MERP slides as we go just a little bit further, so give me 1 minute and I think we'll answer your question, and if not, ask me again. Okay. Uh-huh. Right. Mm-hmm. No, then you have to enroll into the city's health insurance coverage at the time that your COBRA ends. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep, you can come on because your COBRA is exhausted at that point, so then you'd need to enroll in the city's health insurance coverage. Yep.
If you decide to drop COBRA at 10 months, can you go back onto the city retirement insurance?
So if you decided you were only going to do COBRA for 10 months and you're going to go someplace else after that and get coverage, yes, then you can come onto the city's retirement. You just can't have a break in that coverage. So we talked about that continuous coverage. Right, so if you took COBRA for 10 months and for some reason you decided I didn't want to do COBRA anymore and now I want to be on retiree health insurance, you can go from COBRA straight into retiree health insurance. What you can't do though is do COBRA for 10 months, go on to retiree health care for 2 or 3 months, and then go back to COBRA. So COBRA you have to do for a continuous period of time. There's no start and stop in there. Okay, we're ready? Oh, one more question? Uh-huh. Yeah, you're just continuing. So think of COBRA as it's just continuation of your health insurance coverage. So the doctor that you have today under Cigna or Blue Cross or under the Saver's Choice plan, you can still have them while you're on COBRA coverage. You still have that same coverage, so nothing changes for you. Okay. All right, are we ready? Uh-huh. Leslie, did you hear this question? Okay, so if you have COBRA coverage and you have a family plan, it's you and your spouse that are covered. Your spouse becomes Medicare eligible. Can you go family COBRA to single COBRA during that period of time? Thank you. Okay, we ready to move on? All right. Okay, so now we're going to talk about MERP, and I think I'm going to answer your question in this. So back in 2007, when we went under some GASB rulings that we had, we divided our population for active employees, and we said for those folks that had only 15 years or less to go to retirement eligibility, those folks will get MERP. Those folks that had greater than 15 years to go to retirement eligibility, those folks get PEP. So PEP you get, if you're in that bucket, you get that every single month into an account with Nationwide. You get to decide how you want to invest that money, and that money is yours. MERP, you only get MERP if you're MERP eligible and you retire from the city. That's the only way that you're ever going to get MERP. And so all employees that are hired since August 1st of 2007 are automatically going to be PEP employees. And as I said a little bit ago, most of us that are retirement eligible now or in the very near future, most of us are MERP eligible. So basic MERP is a monthly amount that eligible retirees receive to reduce their health care out-of-pocket costs, and it's anywhere from $117 a month to $202 a month. Retirees receive this money whether or not they are enrolled in the city's health insurance plan. So this basic MERP you're going to get automatically regardless of whether you're enrolled in the city's health insurance plan. So this money is intended to help you pay for out-of-pocket health insurance costs, such as co-pays, glasses, contacts, prescription co-pays, those kinds of things. So when you get that money, you're going to typically sign an affidavit that tells us whether you want to get this money as a taxable income or non-taxable income. Most folks take it as non-taxable income, but you're verifying to us that you're going to spend it on qualified health care expenses.
Okay, my question is, if the proposition passes, does MERF go away?
We don't know how to answer that just yet. We will probably have to have a judge make a ruling on that. MERP is considered a retirement plan. So I'm going to tell you it's up in the air whether we'll get to keep MERP or not.
Why is there such a difference between 117 and 202?
So most folks get $202 a month. There are some folks that are still, it's how they've negotiated in their bargaining units for MERP. So there are some folks that get it on a tiered structure based on years of service. So that's where that comes from.
And does this come in your retirement check or a separate check?
No, it's a separate check or a direct deposit that you get every month.
That's not taxed.
You can take it as taxable or non-taxable income.
Required to prove that you're using that amount of money?
No, you sign an affidavit that says, I'm going to use this for qualified medical expenses if I'm taking it as non-taxable income, and if I don't use it for that, I will return those funds to the city at the end of the year, or I will pay taxes on it during my tax period.
I'm sorry, I missed that. Do you claim it as taxable income then?
Whatever you didn't use on qualified medical expenses, you would pay that as taxable income.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know how to answer that. So her question is, what would happen to those folks that are already receiving MERP? Would it go away, or would they get to keep it? And the answer is, we don't know how to answer that. Yeah, we're going to have a judge that will rule on that. It is, you can count it as what you pay towards your premium, and that is a qualified expense for MERP. So the answer to that is yes. Uh-huh.
If you use, say you're in Medicare, okay, and you have another plan, any of that, as long as it's used for any medical premium, it's fine.
Correct.
And say you were to go the whole year and you only use half of that.
Then you pay taxes
You have to pay
on it.
back the rest, or you pay taxes on
You
the
either have to
rest?
pay it back to the city of Phoenix, or you have to count it as income when you're doing your taxes. Mhm. Okay, am I ready to move? There's a document that you sign at the time of retirement. No, no. We have enough of that with FlexWrap.
Mary, final question. Is that a lifetime benefit for just the employee? Does it pass on to the wife, or is there a certain age that once you reach whatever full Social Security, it's gone?
Leslie, you want to answer that question for me?
If you're talking about the basic MERP, that can pass on to a spouse who's a survivor of the retiree, as long as that person is also pension eligible. So if they get your pension, they would get your MERP. If you're talking about the category MERP, that can not pass on.
So category MERP is the next thing that
No
we'll-
maximum number of years.
Yeah.
Yes.
So category MERP is the next thing that we'll talk about. Category MERP is money that reduces the premium that comes out of your pension check. And if you get $100 a month if you're in units 1, 2, 3, 7, 8, a middle manager, or an executive. So they've bargained for this over time, and this just reduces the premium that comes out of your pension check. Yes, it is automatic. All MERPs are up in the air. So all of the next two MERPs that I'm going to talk to you about are up in the air as well. So when we talk about MERP, there are lots of different MERPs. MERP is basic MERP, it's the category MERP, then we'll talk about these next two MERPs in here. So there's lots of different things that are kind of bundled into this MERP, okay? So the next one is the supplemental MERP. This is if you have a pension that's a low pension, less than $25,000 a month, then it reduces your premium by $10 to $50 depending on what your pension amount is. That automatically happens. The next one is what's called the city qualified contribution, which again is just another form of MERP. That city qualified contribution came around in 2007 as well, when we divided that bucket and we said some people are MERP eligible and some people are PEP eligible. And so the city qualified contribution will automatically reduce the retiree medical coverage premium by anywhere from $90 to $375 a month. And that amount depends on whether you have single coverage or family coverage. You're Medicare eligible, you're not Medicare eligible. Your dependents are Medicare eligible or they're not Medicare eligible. So as you look in that open enrollment guide on that premium page, it spells out how this MERP works in there. So monthly retiree premiums quoted for MERP eligible employees reflect those deductions. So this automatically just reduces the amount of the premium that comes out of your pension check. That is only if you take city coverage. If you don't take city coverage, there is no city qualified contribution. That is a correct statement.
So at retirement, do you choose one of these options, and can you change it?
You don't choose it. You basically get those options depending. So basic MERP, you're automatically going to get if you're MERP eligible. You'll sign up for direct deposit on that when you're meeting with a benefits analyst. You know, if you're eligible for some of the other MERPs, they'll walk you through how you're going to automatically be enrolled in those. And then those city qualified contributions, that automatically happens if you're MERP eligible and you take the city's health insurance coverage. It's automatically going to reduce what comes out of your pension check.
So you could conceivably have more than one of these MERPs?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Doesn't MERP stop when you get Medicare?
No.
No.
It does not. So some of those MERPs that we talked about, like that city qualified contribution, you know, if you have family coverage and nobody's Medicare eligible, that's when you get that $375. So those kind of go in increments, and if you look at that benefits page that talks about the premiums, you'll see how it's kind of tiered and where you get that and where you don't.
And will you still be eligible for the supplemental MERP or the qualified contribution in addition to MERP, whether you stay with the retiree insurance or COBRA?
You only get the qualified contribution if you take the city's health insurance coverage as a retiree, not COBRA.
Not COBRA.
Correct.
Okay. And I have one more question.
Sure.
My husband and I are both or he's a retiree. I will soon be one.
Okay.
If we do family, because we still have a daughter that's under 26, will we both get the MERP and the additional, the supplemental, or will just the person carrying the
Just
family?
the person carrying the insurance. But one of the things that you might want to think about as you're looking at health insurance, sometimes it's more beneficial for you to take single as family instead of family coverage when you're both city employees. And then you might want to think about looking out on those private exchanges for insurance coverage for your daughter. Okay. So, you know, you kind of have to be educated about what you're looking for and what you're buying and how to maximize your dollars, but it may be beneficial for you to do that.
Okay.
Okay?
I have one more question, because it's a little confusing. You don't get the MERP if you take the COBRA. You don't get the qualified city contribution or the category MERP. You only get the basic MERP if you take COBRA.
That
But
is
once you quit COBRA, do you get these other MERP payments?
If you take the city's health insurance coverage as a retiree, then yes, you will automatically get the city qualified contribution.
But with all these deductions, how do you know if it's not cheaper than your COBRA, or do you?
You have to look at the premium. So when you're out there on the web page and you look at that premium sheet, it spells out all of the premiums and shows you how that city qualified contribution and all of that applies. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to ask Leslie to take over for me now so I can make it to my meeting in the city manager's office. So Leslie is the benefits supervisor, wealth of knowledge here. She'll walk you through everything else you need to know.
Hello. I'm sorry. You can find details about the MERP program and all the different aspects of it in the Retiree Open Enrollment Guide. It is on the web. And so if you go to employeesingular.phoenix.gov/HR/retirees, then you would find a picture of the cover of the book there. Click anywhere on it and you will get into that book, and that's where you will find information about MERP, the 2015 rates, and so on. The annual health risk assessment has been extended over the past couple of years to retirees in order to give them an opportunity to save some money on their premiums as well. So they, like us, as employees, have an opportunity to save $25 per month on their retiree medical premium when they complete an annual health risk assessment. So if you retire this year during 2014, and you've already done the HRA as an employee, that will follow you as a retiree if you select our retiree coverage. But if you are a retiree medical enrollee for 2015, so in other words, if you're carrying not COBRA, but the city's retiree medical coverage in 2015, if you want to have this HRA reduction continue into next year, you would need to do another health risk assessment before the end of the year. Does that make sense? Any questions about that? Yes. In future years, we can't really see the future from here very, very clearly, but I would say that yes, at least as we see it today, you would continue to do it every year. That's our hope. Any other questions? Okay. Retiree dental. Retirees also have their own dental plan. They asked for that about 4 years ago, and we put that into place. And as of this year, the retiree dental plans match up very well with the employee dental plans. So what that means is when you transition, if you decide to, from the employee to the retiree dental plans, you won't see very much difference at all. The dental HMO is exactly the same, and the dental PPO is almost exactly the same. The only real difference is the orthodontia benefit. So on the retiree plan for the PPO, the orthodontia benefit is $1,500, whereas it's $4,000 for employees. Yes.
I'm sorry, I had a question, but I couldn't get your attention.
I'm
quick enough
sorry.
before.
Go ahead.
With the HRA, did I understand you to say that you only can get this benefit if you're on the city retiree plan and not COBRA, right?
That is correct.
Okay, I just want
Did everybody hear that question? So when you're on COBRA, you're extending your employee coverage for up to 18 months. And the HRA does not apply to that, only to the active employee plans and the retiree plan. But COBRA can still save you money in comparison to the retiree medical premiums. A nice thing about the retiree dental programs is that it offers you single plus one, which means you and a spouse or you and a child, and full family coverage. So you have 3-tier rates. Yes, ma'am. The question was, if I choose COBRA for medical, I assume you mean, then could I have the retiree dental? The answer to that question is, unfortunately, no. For administrative purposes, we ask you to either make all COBRA choices or all retiree plan choices. So if you're going to take COBRA, we want you to do it for medical and dental, or if you want to be in retiree coverage, again, for medical and dental. Some of our vendors simply aren't they don't have their programming set up to do it in a combination manner. So this gives you a sense of what the 3-tier premiums will look like for 2015. That is the full premium, of course. And then you can, as I just said a moment ago, COBRA your dental as well as your medical. You must stay in the same dental plan if you choose to COBRA your employee dental benefits, unless your plan doesn't allow that. If you're moving out of state as a retiree, you know that once you retire, you're moving to a different part of the country, then that does open up your choices for medical and dental plans. But otherwise, you need to stay per COBRA law in the plan you had as an employee when you retired. Here are the dental COBRA rates. So that's the employee premium plus 2%. And then we have a few other things to just make you aware of. For example, employees, or rather retirees like employees, have the AROG legal plan that they can enroll in at the same rate with the same coverage. You can also convert your basic life insurance at higher rates when you retire if you choose. If you're enrolled in FlexWrap currently, you would have through the end of the month in which you retire to continue to turn in claims or incur expenses. And if you are one of the people who has a automatic deduction going towards your discounted YMCA membership today, you would want to then go to the Y and set up a direct payment method, because once you retire, we can't continue to do that from your pension check. And I think that's the end of this section. So are there other questions? Yes, sir. Okay.
Early in November, which is before.
Right. So the question is, when should I do the HRA for 2015? Is that the question? Okay. So that's a little bit of a confusing thing for everybody every year. So let's talk about that. If you do your HRA, you could go out and do it today. You could do it next week. You can actually do a health risk assessment as an employee or a retiree anytime, anytime. But what we tell people this time of year is if you want to be sure that you get full advantage of it and have it kick in immediately in 2015, you need to do it by the end of open enrollment. So if you have it completed by November 14th, then we can guarantee that the first check in January of 2015, it will be reflected. If you do it after November 14th, we cannot guarantee that. But what we can tell you is anytime you do it, within 30 to 45 days following that, it will be reflected. So this isn't your one and only opportunity, but it is the time to do it if you want to take full advantage in 2015. Does that make sense? Does that help?
Can you do FlexWrap with COBRA or the city retirement?
You cannot do FlexWrap with COBRA as a retiree. Good question. Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry, I can't. When will you get information for open enrollment, as a retiree or as an employee? Well, the employee booklets are in the mail and you should get them any day now. Retiree, it kind of depends on the timing of your retirement. If you retire before open enrollment ends on November 14th, we'll give you a retiree open enrollment book when we meet with you, and we'll make you aware of any options you may have at that time. And then you'll get one every year. Open enrollment is for 3 to 4 weeks every October and November with a January 1 effective date. Okay? Anybody else with a question about benefits before I turn it over to Nationwide? Yes, ma'am. The date for open enrollment this year is this coming Monday, October 20th to Friday, November 14th. Okay. So the question is, if I go and make some open enrollment changes between now and November 14th, and then I decide to retire between now and the end of the year, what happens to those open enrollment changes? And the answer to that is nothing. Because if you change your status from an employee to a retiree on or before December 31st, those open enrollment elections you made, which are effective January 1st, are meaningless. Does that help? You are not without benefits if you don't do anything at open enrollment. If you like what you have today, and I'm talking to you as an employee or a retiree, if you're happy with what you have today and you don't want to make any changes in 2015, do nothing and everything will roll forward. The only thing that employees have to think about is FlexWrap. That is a year-to-year election. So you do have to enroll every year for that if you want FlexWrap. Everything else rolls forward. Does that answer your question? All righty. Yes, ma'am. So I think your question is about the optional life insurance that you're paying for and I'm paying for. What happens to that? That's a good question. You can convert it at higher premiums when you retire, but they are fairly significant in terms of how much higher they are than what we pay today, and most people don't do that. But you have that option. Okay, I'm going to turn it over now. One more. Uh-huh. I'll repeat it. If you have the legal insurance as an employee and you want it as a retiree, it is the same price, the same coverage, the same plan. Okay? So now I'm going to introduce Michelle Murphy. She is from Nationwide Retirement Solutions, and she's going to talk to you about the 401A and the 457 plan.
Great, thank you. And I'm really happy to be here. We're going to get into the home stretch, so I'm going to kind of keep this moving. If you do have any questions, stop me. But this is an important process in retirement, and there's been some current changes that I think will really help when you're making that decision about, you know, do I want to defer my final pay? Am I going to go November 24th? Should I go November 4th? So there's been some updates that can help you kind of take some of the stress off of what do I do with that final pay. So we're going to get to talk about all of that. So I could put a couple of things up here. Actually, on your handout, the fax number to Nationwide, our local office, for our final pay. If you get out your pen, circle that fax number. It's on there, 602-650-1278 is our fax number. And if you're thinking of retiring, that final pay form, which we have here in the room right today, is due in our office by the end of day tomorrow. And so we're around all day to help you. If you have any questions, we have a team here to help you too. We have Desso Genoff in the back, and I saw Jared Williams walk in. So there's 3 of us here today to help you with any questions after this meeting. There's Ask Us at Nationwide, but as many of you know, and work with your local plan representative, reach out to us immediately to have any of those questions answered. The Ask Us at Nationwide goes to our corporate office. They immediately bounce it down to my office, and we try to address it as quickly as possible. Our office, just in case you did want to stop by, we're on 7th Street and Camelback. So 4747 North 7th Street is our address. So before, we're going to talk about deferring sick, vacation, your final pays. And you'll hear many of the representatives, we talk about buckets. We like to talk things about buckets because you have 2 buckets. You have a 401A bucket and you have a 457 bucket. Now the IRS puts limits on what you can put in those buckets. And the way they define it is the lesser of your total compensation or the IRS limit, whichever is lower, that's the amount that you're capped at. So we talk about the 401A bucket, it's not up on the screen. For this year, it's $52,000, okay? So if your compensation is above $52,000 year to date, the limit on your 401A bucket is $52,000. On your 457 bucket, that's the money that you put in on a biweekly paycheck. And I know the majority of you do, because 79% of the participants in this county or in this city participate in their 457 program. So everyone's really putting away the need to save for retirement. So the maximum there's actually a couple. So the first one we're going to talk about is what we call a traditional catch-up. So if you're not in the traditional catch-up, you might want to talk to one of the representatives, and basically, in a summary, it can allow you to put up to $35,000. Now, we don't, a year, for 3 consecutive years. Now, we don't automatically flip that switch on. You need to contact one of the representatives, and we do a calculation. Throughout your career here at the city, we look at what you've put into the program and what the IRS limits were. The gap is the amount that we call catch-up. You can catch up for 3 consecutive years, not exceeding $35,000 each year. So it's a great way to raise your bucket up. The next limit is if you're over 50, happy birthday, you get to put an extra $5,500 above the regular IRS limits of $17,500. If you're over 50, you get to put $23,000. That's the bucket level. So again, if your total compensation is below $23,000, your limit's going to be lower than $23,000. So it's always the lesser of total compensation or the IRS limits. Any questions on that? Okay, so now we got 2 buckets, right? Everybody okay with the 2 buckets? But they're both tax deferred from federal taxes. When do you pay taxes on that money? When you take it out, right? Number 1 advantage of these programs is you're deferring taxes. You get to control when you retire, when you want to pull the money out to keep your tax brackets lower, the whole concept of that. So let's talk about the sick, vacation, and what happened previously. Sick, when you retired, your sick vacation automatically, prior to April 1st of this year, was automatically put into the 401A, then the 457, and once those buckets were filled up, you were cashed out. But the city and the IRS worked together to update some of the plans. And so effective April 1st of this year, sick leave is still automatically deferred. And we're going to talk about vacation next. So let's just stop and talk about sick leave. Sick leave is still automatically deferred into your 401A and your 457. It's automatically done for you, which is a great benefit. Now I'm going to start with a scenario here. Nobody make fun of my $80,000 in sick leave, because every time we do this, somebody likes to kind of pick on our example here. But the whole reason is we want to show the importance of the calculation. The city really worked with the attorneys, with the IRS, on developing a mechanism to allow employees to defer the maximum possible of their sick leave. So quite honestly, I've been doing this for 20 plus years. It's the first time I saw a plan do this. So really excellent job that the city has done, the deferred compensation plan. So let's take a look at this example, somebody who's age 51. Their sick leave payout, $80,000. They have earned wages year to date of $20,000. Vacation and their comp time is $20,000. So one of the changes in this plan is now total compensation includes vacation, where that wasn't the case previous. And that's really important for those who are in this room today who might be considering retiring in the beginning of next year. Because had that vacation not be included in compensation, which was the old rule, your compensation would have been $20,000. Your limit would have been $20,000 in each bucket. But because vacation is now included in compensation, total compensation is now $40,000. That raised the bucket level. Huge advantage right there. So you look at, in this particular situation, in their fringe, they put in for the year to date $2,400, or excuse me, the city. Employee contribution of $400. So we have a total of $2,800 in there. And the employee deferred in their bucket, year to date, $1,250. We probably should have called them and had them increase their contribution, huh? So we look at what the IRS says. Let's pick on the 401A bucket first. The IRS says, okay, you can put in the lesser of the limit, IRS limit, or your total compensation. So the IRS limit is $52,000. Total compensation in this example is $40,000. What's the lesser? $40,000. So that bucket's limit is $40,000, not $52. It's $40. Okay? So we go to the 457. This person over 50, so they're doing the $23,000 versus the $40,000. So we look at $23,000. We take out the $1,250, which is what the employee had already year-to-date contributed. So that left $21,750 in my 457 bucket for sick leave to go in there. So in the 401A bucket, I had room of $37,200. So of my sick leave, which was the example of $80,000, $37,200 went into the 401A bucket. And then I looked at how much room was left in my 457 bucket, and I filled in $21,750 of my sick leave into the 457 bucket. So now if I add those two up, out of the $80,000 of sick leave, I was able to defer $58,950. So now we have to say, okay, the city now has to address, there's $21,050 of the sick leave remaining. What do they do with it? So this is part of this. You might hear the circular calculation. This is the part, if you've been in previous presentations, Mary Kyle does a little dance. It actually comes back around, and we're going to do another contribution deferral into the 401A bucket. Now, how they can do this is the IRS says, okay, half of that, $21,050, gets paid out in cash to you. That's your money. The other half, dollar for dollar, is included in your compensation. So remember I said that $40,000 compensation? Now that other half, the $10,000, I think it's on the next screen. The 10,525 is going to increase my compensation. So I take my compensation of 40,000, I add the 10,525. So now my compensation is 50,525. What did I just do in my 401A bucket? I sure did. Isn't that a great thing? This is the dance we love with the circular calculation. And again, in the beginning of the year, it's really important because your year-to-date compensation is not as great as it is at the end of the year. So that's why I'm going through this, just in case you decide that you want to go next year. So we look at your final contribution. The first contribution into the 401A was $37,200. Your second contribution into the 401A was $10,525 for a total of $47,725. That was automatically done for you. You didn't have to sign a form with us. You didn't have to do anything. It's automatic. When you look at the 457, 1,250 plus the 21,750 got us to 23,000. We're filled in that bucket, right? Can't go any higher. Now, had there been room in that bucket, that's why we have that final pay form for you to check, hey, if there's any money left over, I do want it deferred into my 457. That's where that piece comes into play. Okay? Any questions so far? All right, I'm rolling pretty good. So when we look at just the sick leave, we have $47,725 plus the $23,000 for a total of $70,725. So if I had $80,000 of sick leave minus the $70,000 that was deferred, $9,275 was paid out in the final tax. That's a lot of money deferred. You get to take that out probably in the next year when you control, you want to keep your tax brackets pretty low, right? You want to control it. So that's the example of sick leave, and you might be hearing this circular calculation. That's what it's about. At Nationwide, we're here to help you through that. Don't think that you have to go through that calculation alone. Our team has been through a number of illustrations, and we're here to help you kind of get through that illustration. So let's talk about maximizing your 457. I'm going to come back to this. We're going to cover this in a second. So you've heard about the 18th of the month, right? Very important date. If the 18th happens to fall on a weekend, it defaults to the 17th, for example, this Friday. So there's been a couple of changes, which we really appreciate, and I know you're going to appreciate, because the question we were getting a lot is, hey, let's put it, the 487 out there. If that, I'm planning on going November 24th, and if it passes, I might want to retire November 4th. Is my final pay still going to be effective? The answer is yes. If I decide that I don't want to retire, what happens to that form I submitted to Nationwide for the final pay? If you do not retire, nothing happens with it. Your regular contributions continue to be deferred, but we're not going to take out that final, they're not going to take out that final pay. If you decide to retire in December, you do need to complete a new form and say, hey, I plan or anticipate retiring in December. Complete the form and send it to Nationwide by November 18th if you're retiring in December. So the reason we do this, for a couple reasons. One, the IRS says anytime you make a deferral change, it must be in the previous month. And then for administrative purposes, you can imagine, especially right now with what's going on, the number of forms that we're probably receiving in the office. So we'll be compiling this list at the end of the day tomorrow and be submitting it to the city on Monday for anyone who has submitted the request to do their final pay and defer their taxes into their savings account at Nationwide. And again, I just kind of covered this. If you decide not to retire at all, that's okay. Payroll will not take action unless you retire. If you already had a regular 457 payroll deduction, that'll continue. Final pay, let's talk about the vacation, because this is the next thing. This is really important, and this is on the final pay form. So if you happen to have a final pay form, vacation is under section 6 of the final pay form, where you get to determine how much of that final pay is deferred, and it only can go to your 457 bucket. That's the only bucket it can go to. You get to control how much of it you want to defer. Okay, and the advantage, again, it's federally tax deferred. You're deferring the taxes, always a huge savings. Hey, you're retired. You can pull it out whenever you want. So it's a great way to save the taxes, or defer the taxes, I should say. Vacation, when we talk about final pay, what does final pay include? It's vacation, compensatory time, final wages, which could be prior or current. So it could be up to what they call 4 warrants. That's considered final pay. So if you contact us and say, hey, I just want to defer my vacation, it doesn't necessarily work like that because it's considered a final pay. We have to look at all of those sources of money. So a lot of folks are coming to us saying, okay, I still want a little bit of my take-home paycheck, but help me defer the maximum I can into my 457 bucket. The easiest way to accommodate that is we'll help you put that in a percentage figure. Right? So if you have a gross of 10,000 and you want 2,000 in a take-home, we're just going to take a percentage of that of the total amount. All right? So we also have to figure you have other withholdings, I should say, not taxes, other withholdings that have to come out too. So work with our teams. We'll help you arrive at a number, but any amount that you defer is great because you're deferring the taxes, and remember, you're no longer going to be an employee in a few weeks. And then what will happen is access to those funds become, once we receive that final contribution from the city, you're then going to have access to your money to withdraw. Yep. I saw a question somewhere. I've heard a question. Yes? Uh-huh. Okay, so the question is, once you retire, when is the soonest you can withdraw money out of your 457/401A account? Once we receive the final contribution, we pop it in your account. The city is fantastic. They send what we call a daily feed over to Nationwide, which updates our systems of your retirement date. Once we have that in our system, you can submit a form, and usually within 5 to 7 days, you have a check. Okay? The key is within your local departments, make sure that they're putting in your retirement date into the system, because then it comes over, I guess, into ECRIS and then gets uploaded into Nationwide. As long as that happens fairly quickly, within 5 to 7 business days, you can do an ACH into your checking or savings account, which always makes that process a little bit quicker. Yes? Okay? Mm-hmm. Okay. No. Well, you can retire, sure. Absolutely. So the question is if I don't fill out this final pay form, can I still retire? And we're using the example of November, right? This does not give notification to the city that you're retiring. This is just notification that if you intend to retire, that you are wanting your final pay and any extra sick leave deferred into your 457 and 401A. Your decision to retire is not based on our forms, but on the city's forms. So if you don't fill this out and submit it by tomorrow, and then you retire sometime in November, you're going to get cashed out all of your vacation and final wages. Your sick leave will still automatically be deferred, but if there's that opportunity to do a second into your 457, it will not be granted because the form was not completed, and no completion of the form, as it indicates on the form, means that you have elected not to defer the second deferral into the 457, as it only relates to sick leave. Boy, was that a mouthful. Yeah. If you have we're using the high amount to illustrate the example. But you're right. But the purpose, this form does not give indication to the city that you're retiring. Remember, this is only to defer your final pages and sick leave, okay? Mm-hmm. Right. Absolutely. And just to let me repeat the answer to that is that if you do not complete this form, yes, your sick leave will still go to the 401A bucket, then the 457. If it needs to swing around, it'll still hit in your 401A, but that's where it'll stop. And if you have any vacation and compensatory and final wages, it will get paid out in cash to you versus being deferred into your 457. Man, that is my number one question. Wherever I go, wherever I've been in my career, when I retire, can I still put money into this account? Let me give you a couple things. No, you can never put anything out of your pocket and into your plan. It's an employer-sponsored program. Your employer has done a great job of going out there and making sure that they're providing you with a great program. So it is employer-sponsored. However, if you have IRA or other retirement assets that you want to bring into this program in retirement, it happens all the time. You absolutely can do that. Let me also give you a trick of the trade, because we've had this call a lot. If you retire and you roll all of your money into XYZ provider, and you decide, hey, I'm not happy here, I want to go back to my City of Phoenix 457 401A plan, once all the assets have left your plan, we cannot allow you back in, okay? I get this call a lot. So leave money in your plan. It is a great plan, great fund options, and a lot of flexibility. Yes? What happens to your retirement money? Help me out a little bit more specific. Only the going into the 401A will be your sick leave. So are you referring to, maybe I'm missing something here. Oh, the pension, if you take a rollover distribution, I mean, that's an option that you want to weigh. It's everybody's personal with that. But yeah, that's considered a rollover. Yes, you could roll over whatever would be, I think people can do a partial and roll that into the 457 or 401A. Yes, you can do that. So it goes into your account, you invest the money, you manage the money, and then you withdraw it. One of the things that we'll do in our office and help you is that when we get the forms in, what happens if you take money out of the 401A before age 55 or 59 and a half? 20% withholding and a 10% penalty. So one of the things we're going to do is we're going to look at your age, and we're going to make sure you checked off the right box, because if you're before age 55 or 59 and a half, and you want to be taken from your 457 bucket, not your 401A, because the advantage of your 457 is it does not have that 10% penalty for withdrawing money. Now, you still have the 20% withholding. You can't get around that. But unless you do, actually you can. If you set up a payment plan where you want to be having a monthly or whatever distribution and it lasts over 10 years, then we're not required to withhold the 20%. But otherwise, we do. Question? Mm-hmm. It changed. Yep. It actually changed last week, so nothing will change. So if you put in the final, so the question is, if I put that final pay in, and let's say it's 70% of my final pay, and you decide not to retire, will 70% come out of my regular paycheck? The answer is no. That final pay then goes away, and if you had a regular contribution withholding go into your account of, let's say, $100 or 3%, that's what's going to go. That is what, and that's on the forms in your handout too, which was great news. That is a change, so spread that news. Now, one of the other things I always want to capture on, and I'll get to your questions because this is vital and I see people sneaking out, is beneficiaries. Your COPERS beneficiary is independent of the beneficiary that you put on this plan. We do have a number of people who don't have beneficiaries. So if you get a call from our office, we are not stalking you. You don't have a beneficiary on your account, and we need to put somebody on your account, and we are not going to give up until we get one. So please help us out. Also, update on a regular basis. Life comes at us fast, right? Life changes. Divorces happen. Make sure you update your beneficiary. It has happened where there's been a divorce, and they left the ex-wife on the account. Guess who we're paying? We're paying the ex-wife. Update your beneficiary. I saw some questions. Great question. The question was, at retirement, I have my 457 and 401A. When can I roll that money into another retirement program, such as an individual retirement account or maybe another employer-sponsored program? The answer is, once we get that final contribution, right, the next thing that comes over to Nationwide is an update on your status. And once we have that, you can submit the forms, and within 5 to 7 days, we can transfer money out. Was when we process within 3 business days. But to get the check over there, that's when we're saying, hey, when you're going to get the check. And we'll do a direct rollover, meaning that you won't receive the check. It goes right over to the new institution. Question? That's okay. Your last regular paychecks, it could be a prior and a current, right? Mm-hmm. Right. 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 The city is, what they're saying is the city is requesting this Form B completed. It is a requirement. But what it's meant by that is that second contribution into the 457 is there's a section on there that says, yes, I want the maximum to go in, or no, I don't want to defer that second sick leave contribution in there. So if you do not send this form in, that's a default. Acknowledge that if there's the opportunity to have a second contribution into my 457, sick leave only, you have to waive that right. You've declined that. Okay, so let me back up. So the final pay form, because I still see a little confusion here, it covers 2 things. Final pay being vacation and final wages. So we're not talking about that. Let's say you're not doing that. Okay. The other one is for the sick leave. So if you don't complete this, and really all that's going to happen is that if you have the opportunity to have that second contribution into your 457 of sick leave, by not sending this form in, it just says no, you don't want to do that. Yeah, you can. The easiest thing is just to cover all your bases, because what if there was a mistake? Just cover your bases. Fill out the top portion. For the sick leave, it's section number 5. Either hit yes, maximum deferral, throw it in there if I got it, or no, I'd rather be paid out. The section below it, section 6, relates to vacation, your final pays, vacation, compensatory time. If you don't want anything there, you don't have to do anything there. Initial, sign below, and just get it to us. It's better safe than sorry, because what if there was a mistake? I saw you had a question. Okay. Oh, if do you need to notify Nationwide if you don't send this? If you don't, no, you don't need to notify us by either sending this form or not sending the form. Okay, and I'm sorry, there was a little noise. So if you don't submit this and you don't retire? No. Okay. Sorry about that. So if you submit the form and you don't retire, do you need to notify Nationwide? No, but you can. We're always happy to speak with you and review your account. But no, because if you do not retire, this final pay form does not go into effect. what changed last week, the new direction is that if you retire, let's say on the you were going to retire on the 24th, and this whole initiative, right? And let's say somebody wanted to go on the 4th. Payroll is, you don't have to notify Nationwide of the change within the same month. Okay, that's the big change. If you change and go in December, you do still need to reach out to Nationwide and say, hey, fill out a form. But within the same month, this will still be effective. Is that clear? Thank you for that clarification. Any other questions? You guys have been wonderful. We are here in the back for Nationwide to have any questions. Yes? As much as you want. We don't restrict you. We don't charge you. You can contact us, change any deduction you want. Yes? If you want to take the full dollar amount or any partial amount, what's the time frame? It's usually 5 to 7 business days when you would actually have a check upon last contribution into the program. Okay. No, you have to have retired. Oh, yeah. Oh, you could start taking just, let's say you retired in November 24th. We get your final contribution in. Sisti, we can start giving you a payout in December. All right.